I always like to remember the story about a man, let us call him Job, who had been leading a sinful life, but who claimed that now he had been totally converted. He exclaimed to his friend, I have received Jesus in my life, and now I am a completely changed man. Every Sunday I go to church, I read the Bible, I pray the rosary, I attend the novena, I have joined the church choir. Man, I have become a completely different person. Whereupon his friend replied, well, Job, if that is the case, perhaps you could return me the $100 you owe me. Whereupon Job exclaimed, now, wait a minute. That is not religion you are talking about. Now you are talking business. Well, dear friends, I think that precisely is what God has in mind for us. He wants us to practice a religion in which we talk business. Or to say it in other words, in which we are willing not only to preach with our lips, but also to practice in our actions. The Apostle St. James somewhere says, faith, merely theoretical faith without works in daily life, is death. He says the devil has such a faith, and he shudders. Dear friends, building this kind of religion, which has a practical impact, and should have practical impact, on our daily dealings with God and neighbor, that is also the point of the Ten Commandments, which God gave to the Jews at Mount Sinai in the Old Testament. About the Ten Commandments, there are two things worth remembering. There are more, but these two things I would like to bring up in this sermon. In the first place, we should remember that the Ten Commandments have many more practical implications for our daily conduct of life than perhaps at first sight you might think. Even the Jews of the Old Testament understood already very well that it is not enough for our religious life if we just stick to the strict letter of the Ten Commandments in their narrowest sense, but that we must try to understand the direction in which they are pointing, that we must try to comprehend the underlying meaning and the implications, the deeper spirit underneath. Take, for instance, just to mention one of them, the divine prohibition, you shall not steal. Such a prescription is, of course, not only meant for a few notorious gangsters, bank robbers, and crooks. The vice of dishonesty can be practiced in many more subtle ways, as you very well know or should know. The man who does not pay his laborers what they really deserve is a thief. And if in your office or your factory you do not want to work for the money you get, you are also a thief. Throw away without giving back, buying all sorts of expensive things but not paying the bill unless you are forced to. That is of course the same as stealing. And the businessman who sells his articles far above the actual value. I'm not talking about a reasonable profit, but far above the actual value. Such a man may be praised by all his friends for a clever salesmanship, but in the eyes of God, he is just a thief. Vandalism and damaging the property of others, bribery and unfair play, false and absolutely deceptive advertising, violating copyright, and not paying the taxes you are due, and so on and so forth. All that may be perfectly normal in the eyes of some people, but it goes right against a few of the most basic commandments of God. You must not be dishonest. You must not steal. You must not even covet your neighbor's goods. Dear brothers and sisters, the second point we should remember is that the Ten Commandments are certainly still, they are not obsolete, not out of date, well considered, but they are still valid also for us, but they are only a minimum. They are only the beginning, so to speak, of that so much higher ideal of moral perfection preached by Jesus in the New Testament. Love. Love God above all and your neighbor as yourself. Love the poor and the needy who cannot pay you back. What about the envelopes for the charity? Love even your enemies and those who persecute you. Walk the extra mile with them, turn the other cheek, forgive if need be 70 times, 7 times. In your love for God and neighbor, it says Jesus, try to go much and much farther than what spontaneously you would find, we would like to consider feasible, or prudent, or manageable, or natural, or realistic, or comfortable. Because if you only love those who love you, says Jesus somewhere, what good do you do? The pagans and tax collectors do the same, don't they? Well, that love of Jesus is, of course, a tremendously high ideal. All the same, Jesus wants us to talk business, so to speak, to practice that high ideal of love, not just only in the words of our lips or mere talk, but as St. John said somewhere, in truth and action in the 1,001 practical circumstances of our daily life. Dear friends, in the Bible, we are somewhere called the temple of the Lord, of the Holy Spirit. In all we do and say, alone and together, we must build up the temple of God's holiness in the world of today. Christ is patient and merciful, no doubt about it. If we seriously try our best to be a good builder, then even though we may not always succeed for a full 100%, there is nothing to worry